Okay, just 1 minute after the end of the last video where I said it's going to take me 5 minutes or so to do each one of these 8. So it turns out that this little shorter nylon web strap is separate. It's just one separate piece. And that was the one that I tied it around here and then threaded it, looped it through here. Oops, not through that. Through this part, the bottom. This is the very bottom edge of the mesh netting right here, just across the front door. So between these 2 posts, you pick whichever 2 posts you're going to have the front door. And so I set up the whole trampoline. I remember this part. I set this whole thing up, and I put all the posts on, and then I started draping the netting according to where I wanted the front door. And I wanted it closest to the back door. So wherever you decide you want the door to the trampoline, right, that's where this overlap of the big mesh netting is going to be. At the bottom of the mesh netting, right, the mesh netting has its own thicker nylon strap right here. This thick nylon, God, come on, it's hiding behind all this other mesh net. There we go. That goes all the way around, right, all the way around here. But then there's a separate one. This little shorter, let me hold it up and see. I think it might be probably going to be like, let's see if I hold it. That's about 5 feet off the ground. So it's maybe not quite, 9 or 10 feet long. It's just one piece. Looks like it's got a loop on one end. I don't remember what that was for. I don't think I looped this. I think I just tied it. But they'll describe this in the instructions. So what that's for is goes only across the front door. So this section right here, this part of the frame of the trampoline, you want the bottom of the netting to be tight on there. So that's what this extra little strap is for. I just got done untying it from here. So it was wrapped around a couple times, tied, and I forget if it was looped on this end or looped on the other end. And then it just goes around here, right, looping not this part of the netting, but the bottom part. So get the bottom part of the netting right there, and you just loop through. I think I probably did pretty much every single one, because this is where the kids are going to be climbing in and out. So I just looped it around here a bunch of times, all the way over to the next post, and that's the other side of the door to the trampoline. So when you come across this, it's one all by itself piece of maybe 8, 9, 10 foot long, narrower nylon strap. This stuff is only, what is that, maybe 3/8 of an inch across or something like that, maybe 1/2 inch. Nylon web strap that's just for holding the bottom of the mesh netting across the front door of the trampoline. Okay, so now I'm going to go on and hopefully it's only take me a few minutes to undo the part that holds. See, I've done it here. This now is completely separate. So my goal is in the next 5 minutes, it'll take me 30 seconds for each one of these posts, as fast as I can, to just undo the strapping and the bungee and all that other stuff from each one of these other posts. Then I can undo the bolt, and hopefully this will all be separate from the trampoline itself. I'll keep all of that together. Then when you get to your end and set up the trampoline itself, right, which is actually going to be pretty easy compared to the netting. My recollection was the trampoline went pretty fast. So when you get to the other end, set up the trampoline, and all of this mesh netting, all the poles, all of it will be all strapped and stuck to itself. All you'll have to do is set the posts up for each one of its legs of the trampoline, bolt them on, and tie it up. So that, my guess would be, once you get that part done, an hour, maybe a little bit less. Shouldn't be too horrible. Certainly it's going to be a lot easier than having to do the whole stupid thing yourself. Yeah, that took several hours. I think it was maybe like an hour to set up the trampoline base itself from nothing, maybe even less, half an hour. That's not actually too bad. But you want the kids to be safe. So it took like, maybe another 3.5 hours to actually do all of the webbing stuff, because it's threading. It's all this threading of stuff. Threading the mesh or this nylon web strap, threading all of the bungee cords through, threading all this stuff. Oh, yeah. So doing that is a pain in the butt. So I'm not going to undo it, because then you'll have to do it. So I'm just going to leave it all as one. So, all right. So now I'm going to try and get on and do the rest of these other, right? So I've got this guy all separate. do the other 7 of these hopefully as quickly as I can.